Hello again, everybody. I'm Ernie Harwell. And welcome to Brooklyn Tip Tops Baseball. This is a national pastime on WAPBA, the voice of baseball in your home since 1951. We're coming to you from out here at the park where the Tip Tops will host the visiting Buffalo Buffheads. Overall, they now stand at 3-5. This is the second game in this 3-game series. The Tip Tops won the first. The Tip Tops take the field here in the first. Mack has set his opening slate. Griggs at first base. Delahanty at second. Hall the shortstop. Williams at third. The outfield consists of Murphy in left field, Anderson in center field, and Evans over and right. Owens is behind the plate and going today for Brooklyn. Finneran, who comes from the right side. This is Finneran's second start of the season. His record 0-1. He's coming off a loss. After one game, his ERA at 2. He will be facing Buffhead starter right-hander Moore. So settle in. We're ready to start this game. Egler will start the first. He has been terrorizing the pitchers so far, batting .379. He has 4 RBIs. Owens crouched down now. Now the pitch. Egler tops it down the third baseline. It'll be a tough play for Williams. The off-balance peg. Yes. Got him by a stride. Sweet play by Williams. One away. One down. Smith the hit. A good time to break out right here. Batting .77. You don't see Red taking many pitches. Smith settles himself in the box. Owens sets up. Finneran fires it in. A little tapper up the line. Griggs charges, scoops it, and tags Smith. And that's out number 2. Here's Hanford. To date, offensively, his average at .370. He has 6 RBIs. He's walked twice in his 30 trips. Showing the pitchers no mercy. He's queued up 7 games with a hit. Hanford now ready. Finneran prepares to come home. Finneran delivers. Slow bounder up the middle. Hall is over. Good bounce. The throw to first. Bounces in the dirt. Griggs scoops it. And they get him. 3 away. So the Buffheads go in order. Buffheads, nothing. Tip Tops coming up. For the Buffheads, their record now 4-3. In the league, they're 5th in batting at .259. 4th in runs scored. Tied for 2nd in stolen bases with 6. 3rd in on-base percentage. 3rd in ERA at 2.34. The Buffheads take the field here in the first. Manager McGraw sends out his squad this way. Egler at first base. Downing at second. Loudon the shortstop. Smith at third. The outfield consists of Delahanty in left field, Hanford in center field, and Bonin over and right. Blair is behind the plate, and today the Tip Tops will try to solve the right-hand throwing Moore. This is Moore's second start of the season. His record 1-0. He's coming off a win. After one game, his ERA at 5. Anderson to lead it off for the Tip Tops. He swings from the left side. George is a tough out. So far at the plate, 1 for 1. Blair ready to receive. The pitch. Hit like a bullet. Downey waves at it, but it's by him into right, and Anderson racks up a base hit. Delahanty walking up the bat. Delahanty good at the plate. So far at the plate, 2 for 3. Blair talking with Moore. They want to hold Anderson close. Right-hander Moore ready. The pitch. Delahanty pounds it on the ground. Downey stops it on one hop. Shovels to Loudon for the force. And he leaps over Anderson. Then guns it to first. In time for the double dipper. Evans coming up. Steve starting off well, hitting a solid 286. 2 home runs, and he's driven in 6. Evans steps up to the plate. Catcher Blair sets his target. And the pitch comes in. And it's hit on a line to right center. Hanford with the long run. He'll get there. Evans is gone. Side retired. The line for the Tip-Tops. No runs, 1 hit. No score as we go to the top of the second inning. Loudon, Delahanty, then Blair due up for Buffalo. Loudon to lead it off for the Buffheads. He swings from the right. Hitting at 292. He has 3 RBIs. He's walked 3 times in his 30 trips. Baldy can get on. Finneran is ready to fire it in. He lets one go. Fly ball center field. Should be no trouble. Anderson is there, and he pulls it in. 1 down. Delahanty is up next. Delahanty needs to get on track. His average at 167. You don't see Frank on much. He's a free swinger. Finneran looking home. Finneran brings it home. Just off the corner. A base on balls. Blair up the bat. 1 gone. Runner on first for Buffalo. So far at the plate, he's hitting .320. He has 4 RBIs. He's walked 3 times in his 28 trips. Finneran steps off to bring Delahanty back to the bag. Now he's back on the rubber. Still eyeing Delahanty. Blair waiting. Bat stirring slightly. Finneran looking in at the target. The pitch comes in. Swung on. Strike. The steal is on. Owens turns it around fast. The slide. The sweep tag. And he slides in safely. That's his second steal of the season. Blair stands in again. Finneran sets up on the rubber again. Right-hander Finneran ready. Delahanty moves quietly toward third. The pitch. Low. Ball. The steal is on. Big jump. Owens turns it around fast, and he's out. Good sweeping tag. That's 2. They lose a runner. Buffheads trying to score the first run, but Owens had other ideas. So Blair will get back in there. Finneran prepared to work. Finneran winds and fires. Swung on. Lined a shot to center. Drops in front of Anderson, and Blair holds it first as the throw comes into second. Downey is out to take his hacks, and he hacks from the right for Buffalo. Blair on first. 2 outs. Hitting at 200. He has 6 RBIs. He's walked twice in his 28 trips. Downey stands in. Finneran staring in, ready to work. Big hole on the right side. Blair not wandering too far. The offering from Finneran. Swung on. Grounded to Williams at third. Only 1 play. The long throw to first. Got him. Side retired. The half for the Buffheads. No runs, 1 hit. They leave 1. Brooklyn due up. For Brooklyn here in the second. Murphy, Williams, and Griggs. To get it going for the Tip-Tops here. Murphy, and he hacks from the right. The Tip-Tops can count on him. This is his 5th game. To date, he is 0 for 4. Danny steps up. Blair crouched down now. The pitch is on the way. Taken. Ball. Murphy walks. That was Murphy's first walk of the season. Williams is now up. We do not have a scouting report on this guy. Murphy, a decent runner. In the box now. Right-handed Moore goes to the set position. First baseman Egler right on the bag. The pitch comes in. Williams looks at strike 3. One away. Griggs is stepping up to hit against Moore. He's a right-handed batter for Brooklyn. One down, runner on first. A sure hitter. This is his third game to date at bat. 0 for 2. Batter ready. Blair sets up. Moore cranks it up. It's in the dirt. Back to the screen. Murphy moves into scoring position. And they score that a wild pitch. So Griggs will get back in there. Moore is on the slab. Blair crouched down now. The pitch. Griggs gets this one in the air. On the infield. The shortstop Loudon drifts over behind second base to make the catch. And that's the second out. Now Owens to face Moore for Brooklyn. Murphy standing out at second. 2 down. Frank can be dangerous. To date, batting 1 for 1. Blair sets up. The offering to Owens. Owens looks at strike 3. That's 3 away. For the Tip-Tops, no runs on no hits, no errors. One left. They failed to capitalize on the runner. Buffheads due to bat. For Buffalo, here in the third, Bonin, Moore, and Egler. Bonin to lead it off for the Buffheads. Batting left. Not in there for his bat. So far this season, 2 hits in 5 trips. He stands in. Owens set. Finneran kicks and deals. On the hands, it's a slow roller toward Williams. He charges. Scoops it over to first. Just in time for the first out. Moore comes up to bat. Offensively this season, he's 1 for 5. In the box now. Finneran gets set to pitch. Finneran to the wind. And Moore is caught looking. 2 down. Now coming to bat for the Buffheads. Egler. Joe waits. Finneran staring in, ready to work. The pitch. Strike 3 on the outside corner. Finneran slipped one by him. 3 down. So the Buffheads go quietly. Still a scoreless tie. We head for the bottom of the 3rd inning. Hall, Finneran, and Anderson due up for Brooklyn. Hall leading it off. Al, a modest hitter. Moore focuses in on the target. He brings it home. Hall doesn't offer, and he draws a free pass. That was Hall's first walk of the season. Now at bat, Finneran. Offensively this season, nothing in 3 trips. Hall at first is a speedster. He stands in. Catcher ready. Infield looking for the bunt. Quick move to the plate. He squares. Fouled away. Again, he squares to bunt. The pitch. Bunted fair off the plate. Nope. The ump says it's off his foot. Strike 2. So Finneran will get back in there. Moore will go to work on him. Infield playing in a few paces. The 2-strike pitch. He squares. Foul back to the screen, and that's a strikeout. Finneran doesn't get the job done. 1 down. Anderson is the next hitter. The batter stands in. Moore prepares to come home. Moore brings it. The heater, it's in there. Strike 3. A pair of strikeouts for Moore here in the third. 2 gone. Delahanty getting ready to go. Jim waits. Blair ready to receive. Hall 2 full strides off first. He brings it home. The ball is lifted into right center. Not deep. Bonin drifts into the gap and takes it in, and that retires the side. That'll do it for Brooklyn. Nothing across. No errors. Still no score here after 3, and that closes out the early innings of this game. Here come the big guns for the Buffheads. Smith, Hanford, and Loudon. To get it going for the Buffheads. Here, Smith, he bats right. Pitcher Finneran eyeing Smith. Now he's ready. Finneran brings it. Ground ball to Griggs. Right between his legs. Smith is digging. Griggs is after the ball. Picks it up. And he has no play. Smith ends up at second. That's a 2-base error. E3. Fort Buffalo. Runner on second. Nobody out. Buffalo now sends Hanford to bat. Finneran, foot on the rubber. Finneran focuses in on the target. Speedy Smith edging toward third. Pitcher steps off. Now Finneran is set again. Finneran rocks and fires. It's back to him at the mound. He takes a high hop. It handcuffed him. Throws quickly to first. 1 away. Smith moves to third. All right, here's the right-handed Loudon to take his swings. The Buffheads have 1 down, 1 on at third. Finneran is on the slab. The tip-tops are looking for the play at the plate. Checks third to the plate. Bloop for the left. If it stays up, he'll get it. And it drops. Murphy takes it on the hop. Smith scores as the throw comes into second. So the single drives in 1, and the Buffheads break the tie and now lead 1-0 here in the fourth. That gives Loudon 4 RBI on the season. 1 out, 4th inning, 1 on. Delahanty comes out to face Finneran, bats right. Super speed down at first. Frank waits. Catcher ready. The pitch. Taken. There goes Loudon. Here's a peg from Owens. Going to be close. Safe. The hand got in. That's his second steal of the season, and that's the Buffheads' second stolen base in this game. Delahanty ready to take on Finneran again. Now Finneran ready. Loudon now with an aggressive lead. The pitch. Low. Ball, and Loudon is stealing. Big jump. Owens fires it down, and he's out. 2 away, and that's the Buffheads' second time caught stealing. So Delahanty will get back in there. Finneran ready. Now Finneran comes home with it. Delahanty dribbles it toward third. Williams will have to hurry. The snap throw to first. In time to retire Delahanty, and the side is retired. That'll do it for Buffalo. A run on one hit. The Tip-Tops made an error, and they go ahead in the game. Tip-Tops down 1-0. Buffalo will now face the heart of the Tip-Tops lineup. Evans, Murphy, and Williams coming up. Here's Evans to lead it off. Batter facing Moore. Blair crouched down now. Moore now. Fastball badly fooled. Strike 3. One away. Here's Murphy coming to the plate. Murphy gets in there. Right-hander Moore ready. Moore comes to the plate. Batted hard on the ground toward right. Diving stop by Downey. Throws. And he makes the play to first. 2 away. Tip-Tops hitter Williams. Now Moore ready. The pitch. Swung on and missed. Moore pulled the string. And Williams was way out in front. Side retired. For Moore, strikeout number 6. So the Tip-Tops go quietly. After 4, it's still 1-0 Buffheads. Blair, Downey, and Bonin to bat next. Blair will lead off the 5th. Now hitting at .346. Finneran prepares to come home. Now the delivery. Finneran fans him. 1 down. Downey up to hit. 1 down. Hitting at 192. Tom waits. Catcher Owens sets his target. The pitch comes in. Grounded hard to short. Hall fields it. Over to Griggs at first. In plenty of time. And that's out number 2. 2 down. Bonin's up. Bonin 0 for 1. Finneran will go to work on him. The pitch. Ripped to right center. Base hit. Anderson is chasing it down. He'll have to hurry. Bonin is trying for 2. The throw. Safe at second. For Bonin is first. Double of the season. All right, 2 outs. Bonin down at second for Buffalo. We have Moore coming up to hit. He hits from the right. Bonin out at midway, can race. He stands in. Finneran is ready to fire it in. Bonin now with an aggressive lead. Finneran delivers. Pasted. Hall leaps for it. Over his head and on into left. Bonin is well around third. They're waving Bonin in, and he scores. As the throw comes into second. Moore holds it first for the single. So Moore with a ribby single. That was pitcher Moore who delivered, helping himself. This ball game now 2-0. That's Moore's first run batted in of the season. Aigler getting ready to go. Joe has done nothing in 2 trips. Aigler in the box. Finneran is ready to fire it in. Finneran over the offering. Wrapped back to the mound. Finneran knocks it down. Picks it up. Throws quickly. Out at first. The line for the Buffheads. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. They leave 1. They add a little padding after 4.5. 2-0 Buffheads. For Brooklyn here in the 5th. Griggs, Owens, and Hall. Here's Griggs to lead it off. Right-handed Moore goes to the set position. Moore winds and fires. It misses. Ball 4. And Griggs will get the base. That was Griggs' first walk of the season. The Tip-Tops have no outs. Griggs on at first. It's now Owens to bat. Owens is 0 for 1. Frank steps up. Moore looking home. Now the delivery. Loop to left. That Smith brings it down. He was a little surprised himself. And Griggs gets back safely. 1 away. 5th inning. 1 on. Hall steps up to face Moore. Hall collected a free pass his first time at the plate. Al steps up. Moore looking in. The pitch from Moore. Soft blooper to right toward the gap. And Bonin cuts it off on the bounce. Griggs is around second. But the coach flashes the stop sign. Griggs stops at second as the throw comes in. And Al is on with a single. The tying run is on. Finneran gets set to bat against Moore. Griggs at second. Hall at first. 1 out. Moore climbs the mound. Checks the runners. Infield looking for the bunt. The runners take their lead. Now he comes home with it. Finneran is called out on strikes. 2 away for Moore. Strikeout number 7. Griggs on second. Hall on first. 2 away. The bottom of the 5th inning. Left-sided Anderson will bat next for Brooklyn. Decent power. A chance to drive in a run here. He had a hit earlier. Anderson. Moore sets up on the rubber again. Righty against lefty. Checks the runners. The runners take their lead. The offering to Anderson. Lined hard over second. Base hit. Bonin is after it, but he cuts it off. Griggs is well around third. Hall is around second. They're waving Griggs in. Hall is headed for third. Griggs will score as the throw comes into Downey. And Hall gets into third. That puts the tying run at third. So Anderson with a ribby single. The Tip-Tops are on the board, trimming the lead to 1. The fans want more. That's Anderson's first run batted in of the season. Delahanty is stepping up to hit against Moore. Tip-Tops with runners at the corners. 2 away. Down by 1. Some power. Moore sets up on the rubber again. Blair crouched down now. The runners take their lead. A toss over to first. And Anderson steps back to the bag. Now Moore is back on the rubber. Now the delivery. Delahanty waves at 1 in the dirt. He's out of there. He went for a pitch way out of the strike zone. That's the 3rd out for Moore. That's already his 8th strikeout of the game. The line for the Tip-Tops. 1 run on 2 hits, no errors. They leave 2. They had good chances for more, but still trailed by 1. The score now stands 2-1. Buffheads. And here comes the artillery for Buffalo. Smith, Henford, and Loudon. Here's Smith that started off. He swings from the right. Hitting at 71. Smith steps up to the plate. Finneran looking in at the target. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball, bounced up the middle. Delahanty is there. Spins, fires to first. In time for the out. And there's 1 away. Henford will bat next for Buffalo. A right-sider for Buffalo. Nobody on. 1 gone. Hitting at 345. Owens sets up. The pitch. Slowly rolled toward Hall. Hall covers it plenty of time. fires for the second out. We have right-handed Loudon to bat for the Buffheads. 2 away. Loudon 1 for 2. He's driven in a run. He's stolen the base. Finneran poised. Now Finneran comes home with it. Check swing. He held up, and he walks. And that's only the second walk issued by Finneran. We have Delahanty to bat for the Buffheads for Buffalo. 2 away, 1 on. Delahanty walked and made out once. Stole a base. Owens crouched down now. First baseman Griggs perched right in front of the bag. Finneran brings it. Breaking ball. Called strike 3. That's 3 away. That'll do it for Buffalo. Nothing across. They leave 1, so the Buffheads fail to capitalize on the runner after 5.5. It's still 2-1, Buffheads. Buffalo will now face the heart of the Tip-Tops lineup. Evans, Murphy, and Williams coming up. All right. Here's Evans to start it off, batting left. Moore ready. He lets it go. And he pops him up. Smith comes off third. Foul ground. And he gloves it for the out. 1 down. One gone. Murphy is stepping up to hit against Moore. He's a right-handed batter in the power slot. He'll wait for his pitch. Murphy ready. Blair set. He brings it in. Swung on and missed. He struck him out. 2 down for Moore. That's his 9th strikeout of the game. 2 down. Williams up to bat. Williams is hitless in 2 at-bats. Williams is struck out twice. Batter set. Right-hander Moore ready. The pitch. On the hands. It's a slow roller toward Smith. He charges. Scoops it. Over to first. In plenty of time for the final out. The Buffheads retire the side in order. Buffheads still with a 1-run lead. We go to the top of the 7th inning. Blair, Downey, and Bonin to bat next. To get it going for the Buffheads here, Blair bats from the right. He's hitting .333. Buffalo starter Moore is on his game. To stay in this game, the Tip-Tops need to stop them here. They're down by 1. Now Finneran ready. He comes home. Way outside. Blair draws a base on balls. Now coming up, Downey. Hitting at 185. Blair, the competent runner. Pitcher Finneran eyeing Downey. Now he's ready. Finneran kicks and delivers. Punch to the left side. Williams is over. He cuts it off and throws to second. Out. Over to first. Not in time. One gone. 7th inning. 1 on. Bonin the hit. Not known for long-distance hitting. Downey at first has wings. Bonin in the box. Right-hander Finneran ready. Finneran rocks and fires. Swung on. Strike. Downey is going for the steal. Owens gets rid of it quickly. The sweep tag. And Downey slides under the tag. That's his 2nd steal of the season. And that's the Buffheads' 3rd stolen base in this game. So Bonin will get back in there. Finneran is on the slab. Works the ball in his glove. Finneran prepares to come home. A little glistening on his upper lip. Downey stretches his lead off second. Here he comes. Low. Ball. There goes Downey. They'll have trouble stopping him. Owens fires it down. Safe. The hand got in. He steals third. That's his third steal of the season, and that's the Buffheads' fourth stolen base in this game. So Bonin will get back in there. Finneran is on the slab. Finneran looking home. Downey at third with his arms out, crouched. Finneran steps off the rubber. He fakes the throw. Now the pitcher's back on the rubber. Finneran into his motion, delivers. Grounded hard to short. Hall feels it. He's coming home with it. And Downey's safe. The throw's wild. And it goes back to the screen. And Bonin takes second. Hall picks up an error. 2 errors now for Brooklyn. It's now 3-1 ball game. Well, for Buffalo, 1 down, 1 on. Next up, pitcher Moore. He had a hit earlier. Moore in the box. Finneran now set. Infield drawn in a few feet. Bonin moves another step away from second. Finneran cranks it up. Grounded hard to Williams. He takes a high hop. Juggles it. The long throw to first. Just in time. And Bonin moves to third. Now Egler to face Finneran, left side batter. He's the top of the order. The Buffheads have 2 gone, runner third. Carrying a .344 average. Egler waiting for Finneran. Finneran poised. Looks at third. The pitch swung on. In the air to the left side. Williams is drifting back and takes it in. 3 down. For the Buffheads, 1 run on no hits, 1 Brooklyn error. They leave 1. They add a little padding. Tip tops behind the Buffheads. 3-1. Okay, folks, on your feet. Take a break for the 7th inning stretch. For Brooklyn, here in the 7th, Griggs, Owens, and Hall. Leading off, Griggs. Griggs, ready. Catcher Blair sets his target. Here he comes. Line to right. Bonin will play it on the hop. And Griggs is on with a single. And that's his first hit this season. Owens getting ready to go. Owens 0 for 2. Moore comes set. Now he comes home with it. Check swing. Ball 4. And he trots down to first. And Moore has walked the tying run. That was Owens' first walk of the season. Runners at first and second. No outs. Down by 2. Hall is stepping up to hit against Moore. He's a right-handed batter. A streaky hitter. Although he has delivered in this game. He has a single already. Moore on the rubber. Moore looking in at the target. The runners take their lead. Moore cranks it up. It's a shot to left center. Base hit. Delahanty is racing over. He cuts it off deep in the gap. Griggs is around third. Owens is around second. They're waving Griggs in. Here comes a throw home. Here's a play at the plate. And he's safe ahead of the throw. And Owens holds at second. Hall is on with a single.
So Hall with a ribby single, and the Tip-Tops is sneaking up on the Buffheads. They are within 1. Score now 3-2. Pitcher Finneran to hit for Brooklyn. Owens on second, Hall on first, no one out. Moore on the rubber. Moore will go to work on him. Infield drawn in a few feet. The runners take their lead. The pitch from Moore. He squares. Bunted to the right side. Egler picks it up. Looks at third. Now turns and flips to first in time for the out. Finneran gets the job done, and the runners move up. That puts the tying run at third. 2 on, the bottom of the 7th inning. Anderson to hit. Not a lot of power. On the season, only 1 RBI so far for George. He's already delivered 2 hits in the game. Moore sets up on the rubber again. Delahanty swings 3 bats on deck. Infield drawn in. The runners take their lead. The pitch. Anderson started to go round, but he checked his swing in time. He takes a walk to first. And that's the 5th walk issued by Moore. That was Anderson's first walk of the season. 1 gone. Bases sold out. Here's Delahanty. Not a lot of power. A chance to drive in a run here. No room at the end. Delahanty readying himself. Moore shakes out his right arm, sticks his glove under his arm. He's down on one knee, tying a shoelace. Delahanty in the box, straightens his shoulder, waits. Moore is on the slab. 9 strikeouts in the game. Moore looking home. They're playing him in. The runners take their lead. Quick move to the plate. Delahanty tomahawks it into the gap. Hanford hustles after it. Owens scores easily. Tie game. Hall comes around third and scores. Tip-Tops have the lead. Anderson rounds third. The throw comes into Egler. Delahanty then standing with a double. And they're holding Anderson at third. So 2 big runs score on Delahanty's double. And the Tip-Tops have stolen the lead from the Buffheads. They're now ahead 4-3 for Delahanty. His first double of the season. And Delahanty now has 2 runs batted in on the season. All right, we have Evans to bat for the Tip-Tops. He bats from the left side. The Tip-Tops have Anderson and Delahanty at third and second. 1 out, up by 1. His average at .258. He's a contact hitter. Moore bends for the rosin bag. Fixes his cap. Moore wipes sweat from his hands. Evans stands in, raises his hand slightly, waits for the pitch. And here comes Buffheads manager McGraw. He's asking Moore for the ball. On his way to the mound is Woodman. So Moore goes 6 1/3. The line on him, 4 runs. So far, on 6 hits. Walk 5. He fans 9. He's responsible for the runners. He can only lose it. For Woodman, this is his first appearance. He's a right-handed pitcher. He'll be looking for the strikeout. Woodman works the ball with his hand. The batter stands in, waits for the pitch. Woodman sets up on the rubber. Infielders in. Speeded Anderson edging down the line. The pitch is on the way. Swung on. In the air to the left side. Loudon is backing up quickly. He's under it. And he brings it down. 2 away. Anderson has to hold third. 2 down, 2 in scoring position. Next to bat for Brooklyn is Murphy from the right. He's their cleanup hitter. A reliable power hitter. Woodman shakes out his right arm, does a little personal grooming. Woodman bends for the rosin bag. Murphy in the box. He digs in deep with his spikes. Leans in. Woodman looking home. Woodman with the pitch. Murphy crushes it. This one is launched. Delahanty can only watch it. A 3-run homer for Murphy. He almost tore the cover off the ball. Woodman grabs a rosin bag and flings it to the ground in disgust. So Murphy hits a 3-run shot, his first home run of the season, and the Tip-Tops now lead 7-3, and the Buffheads are being handed their heads here in the 7th. And that's his first hit this season. That gives Murphy 3 RBI on the season. Next batter, Williams. Batter facing Woodman. Woodman prepared to work. He cranks and fires. Half swing, yes. Williams went too far. Out on strikes. Side retired. Williams has now struck out 3 times. The line for the Tip-Tops, 6 runs, 4 hits, no errors, and a storm back to take the lead in this game. There may be a fine for excessive offense. Buffheads down 7-3. Buffalo due up. The big hitters coming up against Penneran, 2, 3, 4. Smith, Hanford, and Loudon. Smith the leading off. You don't see Red taking many pitches. Penneran staring in, ready to work. The pitch. Check swing. He held up, and he walks. Buffheads hitter Hanford. Buffheads need base runners. Penneran looking in. Penneran cranks it up. Hanford swings. It's hard and long. Sending Murphy back. Will it be deep enough? No. Murphy is there. He squeezes it, and there's one away. Smith is at second. He'll go back to first. Next up, Buffalo hitter Loudon. The Buffheads have to get busy with the bat. Batter ready. Penneran looking in. First baseman Griggs holding the runner on. The pitch can't find the strike zone. That's ball 4, and Loudon coaxes a walk, and that's 5 free tickets by Penneran. We have Delahanty, the bat for the Buffheads. Smith on second, Loudon on first, one away. Frank does not get extra base hits. Delahanty waiting. Penneran climbs a mound. Blair is in his batting stance on deck. Righty against righty. Check Smith at second. The runners take their lead. The pitch popped high to the left side. Williams moves toward the line. He camps under it. Infield fly called, and he brings it down. And the runners hold. Smith on second, Loudon on first, 2 gone. The top of the 8th inning. Blair the hit. Blair has been up 3 times with a hit and a walk, hitting .333. Owens sets up. The runners take their lead. Penneran cranks it up, popped high to the left side. Williams moves toward the line. He camps under it. This should do it. And he brings it down. For the Buffheads, no runs, no hits, no errors. They leave 2. They had a good chance, but did not cash in. Tip-Tops up 7-3. Griggs, Owens, and Hall due up for Brooklyn. Griggs starts it for the Tip-Tops. Griggs waiting for Woodman. Blair crouched down now. Woodman brings it home. Swung on, a little tapper up the line. Egler's in. He's up with it. He tags Griggs, and he drops the ball. Griggs is safe at first. Egler picks up an error. Tip-Tops hitter Owens. Blair crouched down now. Here's the delivery. Owens sends one to straightaway center. Hanford has got a bead. He squeezes it one away. And Griggs gets back safely. Hall is the next hitter. Right-handed Woodman goes to the set position. First baseman Egler right on the bag. The pitch, hot grounded to third. Weird hop. Smith stays right with it to second for one. Downey turns and relays it to first. Double play, and they get out of the inning. For the Tip-Tops, no runs, no hits, and one Buffheads error. After 8, it's still 7-3. Tip-Tops. Finneran will now face the bottom of the Buffheads lineup. Downey, Bonin, and Woodman coming up. Downey leading off the ninth. It will take divine intervention to save the Buffheads. Finneran focuses in on the target. Finneran winds and fires. Stroked solidly to left field. Murphy's right there and hauls it in. One down. Here comes Bonin to take his cuts. Batter ready. Finneran ready. Finneran winds up. Swung on. It's popped to short right field. Delahanty races out. And he's got it. And that's out number 2. Finneran will go to work on him. Buffheads manager McGraw looking at his score sheet. McGraw is recalling pitcher Woodman. Young will pinch hit for him. Bats left. He shoulders a bat. Strolls to the box. So Woodman goes an inning and 2/3. He leaves with 1 earned run on 1 hit. A homer. Young up there. Batter up. Finneran gets set to pitch. Finneran kicks and deals. Young wraps it to the right side. Delahanty ranges to his left. A quick peg to first. And Young is retired. And that's the final out of the game. The Tip-Tops have closed this one out, spurred on by the disciplined leadership of Mack. Finneran has a solid hitter. He went the distance. That's his second complete game of the season. Not the outcome hoped for by the Buffalo fans. Here's the line for the Tip-Tops. 7 runs on 7 hits, 2 errors. They lead 4 for the Buffheads. 3 runs on 4 hits, 1 misadventure, and they lead 6. Finneran gets his first win. His record now 1-1. Moore takes his first loss. His record now 1-1. So the Tip-Tops gain a step in this 3-game series. They now stand at 2-0 for the Tip-Tops. They are hot. Now with 3 straight wins for the Tip-Tops. Overall, they now stand at 4 wins and 5 losses. The Buffheads. Overall, 4-4. In the next game, the Buffheads will have another try. Bye for now, everybody. This is WAPBA and Ernie Harwell saying so long from Brooklyn. Tip-Tops take this one from the Buffheads, 7-3. Here we go again, sports fans. I'm Ernie Harwell. And welcome to Kansas City Packers baseball. This is a national pastime on WAPBA, the voice of baseball in your home since 1951. Today we're coming to you from Kansas City, where the hometown Packers will host on their own turf.
Their record now, 2 wins and 5 losses. This is the second of a 3-game set.
The Packers
Won the first.
The Packers take the field here in the first. Let's see. Here's how it lines up defensively for the Packers. Stovall at first base. Kenworthy at second. Goodwin for the shortstop. Herring at third. The outfield consists of Kruger in left field, Chadburn in center field, and Gilmore over in right. Easterly is behind the plate and on the mound for the Packers. The left-hander, Packard. Now this is Packard's third start of the season. 1 win, 1 loss.
He's coming off a win. Pitching well, now with 12 consecutive innings without giving up a run.
Gene has worked 17 innings. His ERA at 2.12. A controlled pitcher. He will be facing Terriers, starter, right-hander Brown. We'll tell you about him in the bottom half, so settle in. We're ready to start this game. Here's Tobin to lead it off. Poor start for Tobin, batting 133. Catcher Easterly sets his target. Packard to the wind. Taken, strike 3. He's gone. 1 away. St. Louis now sends Drake to bat. 1 down. Poor start for Drake. His average at 74. You don't see Delos taking many pitches. Drake waiting. Packard poised. The pitch from Packard. Drake lashes one to right. It falls, and Drake is on with a single. Next batter, Miller. He has been terrorizing the pitchers so far, batting .500. He has 2 RBIs. Drake can motor at first. Miller in the box. Packard looking in. Packard kicks and delivers. Low. Drake is off to the races. Easterly with a quick release. The tag. The ump signals out. They lose a runner. 2 gone. So Miller will get back in there. Packard will go to work on him. The pitch comes in. It's a ground hugger to short. Goodwin gloves it and easily throws out Miller, and that retires the side. That'll do it for St. Louis. No runs on 1 hit, so they do not score. Terriers, 0. Packers coming up. For the Terriers,
Their record now,
1
and
6.
having lost
5
in a row. On the league leaderboards, they're
8
in batting.
at 2:07. The Terriers take the field here in the first. Schendel has set his opening slate. Miller at first base. Mice at second. Bridwell the shortstop. Boucher at third. Across the outfield, in left, it's Drake. In center, Miller. And over in right, Tobin. Simon is behind the plate. And today, the Packers will try to solve Brown, who comes from the right side. This is Brown's first start of the season. No record yet. Three finger has worked 8. His ERA at 3.38. To get it going, Chadburn. He's off to a decent start, hitting .267. Chadburn waiting for Brown. Now Brown ready. Brown comes home. High fly ball to deep center. Miller is back on the track, reaches up and brings it down. 1 down. Next up, Easterly. That batting average speaks for itself. Batting .414. He has 2 RBIs. Easterly has patience. Easterly steadies his bat. Catcher ready. Brown winds and fires. That's high and deep by Easterly. Miller is on the run. On the run. It's starting to tail away from him, and it drops in. Easterly is headed for second. He's at a second ahead of the throw. Kenworthy walks up, batting left against Brown. Hitting third. One away. Runner on second for Kansas City. Scoreless tie. So far, he's hitting .286. He has 5 RBIs. He has walked once. Brown is on the slab. Brown comes set. Brown looks back at Easterly on second. The pitch to Kenworthy. That's skied to right center. Medium deep. Miller roams over. He calls can of corn. Easterly held up, and now he tags, but they're holding him at second as the ball is fired back in. Next to bat for Kansas City is Stovall from the right. For Kansas City, 2 down. Easterly on second. Hitting .259. Batter ready. Simon crouched down now. Easterly moves quietly toward third. Brown comes home off his fists. A weak pop fly. Bridwell is backing up, and Stovall is gone, and that retires the side. The line for the Packers, no runs on 1 hit. They leave 1. No score in the game. We go to the top of the second inning. For St. Louis, it'll be Boucher, Bridwell, and Miller. Here's Boucher to start it off, right-hander. To date, his average at 120. He has walked once. Batter waits. Packard looking home. The pitch to Boucher. Swung on, hot smash to Kenworthy. Just out of reach, and Boucher is aboard with a single. For St. Louis, no outs, runner on first. Bridwell steps up to face Packard. He swings from the left side. Bridwell needs to get on track. His average at 160. Boucher can motor at first. Bridwell waits. Packard staring in, ready to work. First baseman Stovall right on the bag. Now Packard pitches. He squares. Butted in the air behind the plate. Easterly dives and makes a great catch. He fires to first and doubles up Boucher. Manager Schendel will schedule fundamentals for the morning. All right, now Miller to face Packard. 2 away. So far, hitting at 185. He has not walked once. Left-hander Packard ready. The pitch. Cut on, hit in the air to right. Gilmore drifts over, taps the glove. And Miller is gone. 3 down. For the Terriers, no runs on 1 hit. They leave none. No score as we go to the bottom of the second inning. Herring, Kruger, and Gilmore to bat next. Here's Herring to start it off, a right-sider. George doing good work at the plate, hitting .280. The batter stands in. Brown will go to work on him. The pitch. It's a shot to left center. That's a base hit. Herring rounds first. Miller takes it on the long bounce to throw to second. And Herring pulls with a single. Kruger comes up to bat. Hart has been slow out of the gate. His average at 179. Herring can motor at first. Brown will go to work on him. Space on the right. Herring leading off. He wheels and deals. High. And Herring is off the bag. Simon pumps, but he holds the ball. Ball one. Kruger ready to take on Brown again. Brown staring in, ready to work. He brings it home. Swung on, hit the straight and deep left. He's after it, plenty of room. And he hauls it in, one away. Herring is at second. He'll go back to first. All right, one out. Herring on first. Gilmore gets set to face Brown. Batting left. Grover itching to bust out of this early slump. Batting 148. Simon crouched down now. Brown kicks and delivers. Bounce toward first, and it's through. Tobin retrieves it. Herring holds it second. Runners at first and second. One out. Next up, Goodwin. Batting 231. On the season, Goodwin has 4 runs batted in. Brown is on the slab. Checks the runners. The runners take their lead. Brown comes home. Grounded hard at Boucher. He scoops it up. Fires to second, and they get him. Over to first. Not in time. Safe at first. And Herring moves to third. 2 on, the bottom of the second inning. Pitcher Packard up, hitting ninth. On the season, he's 2 for 8. Packard steps up to the plate. Brown sets up on the rubber again. Checks the runners. Herring with a head fake at third. He wheels and deals. Fastball. High. Free pass to Packard. And Gene takes first. That fills the bases. That was Packard's first walk of the season. Chadburn's up. We're back at the top of the order. The Packers have 2 outs. Bases choked. Carrying a .258 average. Chadburn grips his right shoulder. Brown works the ball with his hand. Chet at the plate. Waits for the pitch. Brown climbs the mound. Poker-faced as he gets Simon signed. Brown is ready to fire it in. The runners take their lead. The pitch. And freezes him for a called strike 3. Chet can't believe it. He's pointing at the plate, explaining baseball to the umpire. But the lesson is over now. He'll head for the dugout. 3 down, and he leaves the bases loaded. And they get out of it with a big strikeout. The half for the Packers. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors. They leave 3. And they fail to capitalize on the bases full situation. No score. The top of the 3rd inning coming up. Bottom of the lineup, Simon, Mice, and Brown coming up. Okay. Here's Simon to start it off. He bats right. He's contributing with the bat. Batting .286. Batter facing Packard. Now Packard ready. He brings it in. It's skied. Goodwin is backing up. Waves off Herring and takes it in. 1 down. Next up, St. Louis hitter Mice. He's contributing with the bat, hitting .318. You don't see John taking many pitches. Pitcher Packard eyeing Mice. Now he's ready. Here's the pitch. He goes down on strikes. 2 away. Okay, pitcher Brown up. 2 down. On the season, he's 1 for 1. Brown waits. Packard is ready to fire it in. The pitch. Spanked sharply to Herring. Brutal bounce. The quick throw across the diamond. Got him. 3 away. So the Terriers are retired in order. Still no score here after 2.5. And here comes the artillery for Kansas City. Easterly, Kenworthy, and Stovall. Here's Easterly to start it off. Batting left. Simon sets up. Here's a pitch. Easterly shatters his bat, and the ball rolls toward Boucher. He guns it to first. Wide throw. Drew Miller off, and Easterly reaches on the error. Kenworthy coming up. Kenworthy gets in there. Brown prepares to come home. And they're calling a balk. He started toward first. Easterly takes second. Duke waits. Brown sets up on the rubber again. Checks Easterly at second. Easterly moves another step away from second. Pitcher steps off. Now Brown is set again. The pitch. A skyscraper to left. Drake roams over. He turns left. And he makes the catch. Easterly is tagging, but they're holding him at second as the ball is returned to the infield. One gone, third inning, one on. Here's Stovall to hit for the Packers. Batter set. Brown put on the rubber. Simon ready to receive. Easterly moves quietly toward third. Now the pitch. Grounded weakly to short. Bridwell charges in, comes up with it, and goes to first. 2 down. Easterly holds. We have Herring coming up to hit. 2 away. Easterly standing out at second for Kansas City. Deft-footed Easterly at second. The batter stands in. Catcher ready. Easterly moves another step away from second. The pitch to Herring. Way outside. Herring draws a base on ball, setting up the force. Well, 2 down. Easterly on second. Herring on first for Kansas City. The bottom of the 3rd inning. Next up, Kruger. On the season, Kruger has 5 runs batted in. Brown is on the slab, sets his grip with the ball out of sight, checks Easterly at second. The runners take their lead. Brown brings it, chopper back to the mound. Brown comes in, picks it up, fires to first, and gets him by a step to retire the side. The half for the Packers. No runs, no hits, and 1 Terriers error. They leave 2. So they fail to cash in on the 2 runners. 3 in the books here in Kansas City. Still no score in the game. We go to the top of the 4th inning. Top of the order here for St. Louis in the 4th. Tobin, Drake, and Miller. Well, Tobin will lead off the 4th. He's a port sider. The batter stands in. Catcher ready. Packard now. Breaking ball. Bounce past Packard. Goodwin is over. He stabs for it, makes a pickup, and throws Tobin out by a step for the first out. Here's the right-handed Drake to take his swings. You don't see Delos on much. He stands in. Easterly sets up. Now Packard comes home with it. Upstairs with a fast one. Drake doesn't offer, and Packard gets the call. He's out on strikes. 2 away. Miller now walks out to bat. He bats left-handed. Packard looking home. The pitch. Grounded hard to short. Goodwin fields it. Over to Stovall at first. In plenty of time. 3 away. Packard sets them down in order, so it's still zip-zip after 3.5. The Packers will send out the bottom of the lineup. Gilmore, Goodwin, and Packard. To get it going, Gilmore. Grover waits. Brown looking home. Brown brings it home. Batted slowly toward first. Miller fields it and feeds Brown, coming over for the putout. Goodwin's up. You don't see Pep taking many pitches. Batter facing Brown. Brown focuses in on the target. The delivery. Swung on and missed. He struck him out. 2 gone. Packard's up. Brown looking in. Brown kicks and deals. Banged to left center. Base hit. Packard rounds first and holds with a single. Packers hitter Chadburn. Brown gets set to pitch. Brown delivers. Towering fly ball. Back goes Drake. He snags it, and that's out number 3. For the Packers, no runs on 1 hit. 1 left on. Still no score. Terriers coming up. Boucher, Bridwell, and Miller to bat next. Well, Boucher will start it off here on the 5th. Bats right. Boucher is 1 for 1. Easterly sets up. The pitch. Off-balance swing. Missed. Strike 3. 1 away. Now coming up, Bridwell. Bridwell 0 for 1. Bridwell can get on for you. Packard looking in at the target. Packard to the wind. Soft liner behind second. It falls. Base hit for Bridwell. The go-ahead run has reached. Miller is now up. Miller made an out in his first at-bat. Bridwell has the speed to score on a double. Packard is on the slab. Now glances at Bridwell. The pitch. Just off the corner. A base on balls. Packard was trying to be a little too fine, and Bridwell moves to second. And that's the first walk issued by Packard. That was Miller's first walk of the season. Here's Simon. Runners at first and second. 1 down. Scoreless tie. Mike does not get extra base hits. Packard on the rubber. The ball's hidden in his mitt. Checks Bridwell at second. The runners take their lead. The pitch. Grounded hard at Herring. He's up with it. He goes to second for 1. Back to first. Oh, double play. And they get out of the inning. For the Terriers, nothing across. Still no score. Packers coming up. And here comes the artillery for Kansas City. Easterly, Kenworthy, and Stovall. To get it going, Easterly. Easterly is 1 for 2. Easterly takes his stance. Brown gets set to work on him. The pitch. Swung on. Hot smash to Mice. Just out of reach. And Easterly is aboard with a single. The go-ahead run has reached second. Safety for Easterly. Runner on first. No one out. Scoreless tie. We have Kenworthy coming up to hit. Duke 0 for 2. Easterly at first has wheeled. Brown sets up on the rubber again. Brown stares in for the sign. Brown will go to work on him. They're holding Easterly, but he's well off the bag. Here's the delivery. Shot on the ground toward short. Bridwell scoops it up. Tosses it to Mice for 1. And Mice relays it to first to Nip Kenworthy. They turn it. Stovall is up next. Hitting at 241. George is 0 for 2. George ready. Pitcher Brown set to go. Brown brings it. Stovall doesn't offer, and he draws a free pass. For Kansas City, 2 outs, 1 on. We have Perring coming up to hit. Perring, 1 hit, 1 walk. Brown set. Brown kicks and deals. Routine fly ball, center field. Miller backs. This should do it. He brings it down, and the side is retired. For the Packers, no runs, 1 hit. They leave 1. We still have a scoreless tie as we go to the top of the 6th inning. For St. Louis, here in the 6th, Mice, Brown, and Tobin. Mice will start the 6th. John, 0 for 1. Packard looking in. Packard deals. Line to left center. Giving chase is Chadburn. He hightails it to the track, and he snares it on the fly. Chadburn really picked it. A fine running catch. 1 away. Next batter, Brown. Brown stands in. Easterly sets up. Here comes a pitch. Cut on, way out in front. Strike 3. 2 gone. Tobin coming up. Tobin can get on for you. Tobin is hitless in 2 at-bats. The batter stands in. Pitcher Packard eyeing Tobin. Now he's ready. The pitch. Swung on, lined towards second. Kenworthy back, it's out of reach. Tobin will hold it first. For St. Louis, 2 gone. Tobin down at first. Drake's up. Drake is 1 for 2. Easterly sets up. Big hole on the right side. Tobin takes a good lead. Now the delivery. Low. There goes Tobin. Easterly strong arms it down there. The slide. He hooks the bag and eludes the tag. That's his first steal of the season, and that puts the go-ahead run in scoring position. Drake stands in again. Packard is on the slab, poker-faced as he gets Easterly signed. Pitcher Packard eyeing Drake. Now he's ready. Tobin extending his lead. The pitch. Drake pops a little fly. Back of second. Chadburn coming on. Coming on. And makes the catch in front of Goodwin. Terrius gone. For the Terriers, no runs, 1 hit. They leave 1. They waste the base runner. Still no score here after 5.5. Kruger, Gilmore, and Goodwin due up for Kansas City. Here's Kruger to lead it off. Art has done nothing in 2 trips. Kruger does not get on much. The batter stands in. Brown poised. Brown brings it home. Kruger lashes one to right toward the gap. Tobin races over it, but he won't get it. Kruger is going for 2, and there will be a play at second. The tag, safe on a very close play. Double for Kruger. The go-ahead run is now at second base. Gilmore steps up to face Brown. The Packers have no one out. Kruger on at second. Scoreless tie. Grover is 1 for 2. Kruger has the wheels at second. He's the lead getter. Brown on the rubber. Checks Kruger at second. Kruger now with an aggressive lead. He's on with a leadoff double. The pitch. Bunted in front of the plate. Simon tosses the mask away. Charges out and fires to third. The tag. He's out of there. Gilmore reaches on the play. Now coming up, Goodwin. Pep 0 for 2. Gilmore is jockeying for a big lead off first. Brown, foot on the rubber. Brown gets set to work on him. First baseman Miller ready for a throw from Brown. Brown brings it home. Grounded to Mice. He fires to Bridwell at second. Out. Over to Miller at first. And he's safe at first, but they get the lead runner. That's 2. One on. Packard is stepping up to hit against Brown. He bats left-handed. And the fans are giving him a big hand. On the season, Packard has managed 3 hits in 9 at-bats, including 1 in this game. Now batting .333 and walked once. Brown prepares to come home. The pitch. Packard tops the ball. It bounces to the left side, past the lunging Boucher, and by the outstretched glove of Bridwell. That ball had eyes. Goodwin is around second, but the coach flashes the stop sign, and he puts on the brake as the throw comes in, and Packard has a single. Second safety for Packard. Two on, the bottom of the 6th inning. The next Packers batter is Chadburn. He's a left-handed batter, hitting .242. Brown sets up on the rubber again. Jaw tightens as he gets a sign. Brown comes set. The runners take their lead. The pitch. Oof! Chadburn flails the air, but fails to make contact. That's strike 3. Side retired. For the Packers, no runs, 2 hits, no errors. They leave 2. They waste the runners. Still no score. Terriers coming up. The Terriers now send up the heart of their order to face Packard, the 3-4-5 hitters. Miller, Boucher, and Bridwell. To get it going for the Terriers here, Miller. Ward 0 for 2. Left-hander Packard ready. The delivery from Packard. Miller blasts the drive to right center. It might have the distance. It rattles the wall. Chadburn plays the carom. Miller is going for 2. Here's the throw. And Miller pulls into second with a long double. And that puts the go-ahead run in scoring position. For St. Louis, no outs. Miller standing out at second. Here's Boucher. Al has a hit in 2 trips. Packard climbs the mound. Lefty against righty. Now Packard ready. Packard looks back at Miller on second. He doubled to lead it off. Pitcher steps off. Packard is back on the rubber. Here he comes. He squares. Bunted to the third base side. Herring charges. Barehands it. And throws a strike to first. And it's a sacrifice for Boucher. Miller moves to third. The go-ahead run is now on third. Miller down at third. 1 gone. Left-sided Bridwell will bat next for St. Louis. He has a single already. His average now at 185. He has outstanding bat control. Still after his first RBI this season. Miller has a wheel. He's the tiebreaker. Packard bends for the rosin bag. Al at the plate. Waits for the pitch. Packard sets up on the rubber again. They're playing him in. Miller into a little shuffle at third. Packard over the offering. Smashed down the line. Stovall dives. And he's got it. He's on his feet. Waves off Packard. And he tags the bag for the out. 2 away. Miller has to hold third. Lovely play. It's now Miller the bat. 2 outs. Miller hanging out at third. His average at 179. Packard climbs the mound, works the ball in his glove. The right-handed hitter, Simon, on deck. Packard is ready to fire it in. Miller into a little shuffle at third. He cranks and fires, wrapped back to the mound. Packard scoops it, fires to first to retire the side. For the Terriers, no runs on 1 hit. They couldn't get the runner home. We still have a scoreless tie as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Okay, folks, on your feet. Take a break for the 7th inning stretch. The big hitters coming up against Brown. 2, 3, 4. Easterly, Kenworthy, and Stovall. Easterly to lead it off for the Packers. Easterly is 2 for 3. Brown prepared to work. The pitch. Hit in the air to left field. Drake back pedals. Plenty of room. And he covers it. 1 down. Here comes Kenworthy to take his cuts. Kenworthy is 0 for 3. Kenworthy knows how to get on base. Kenworthy steps up to the plate. Now Brown, ready. The delivery from Brown. And it's chopped down the first base line. Miller covers it and touches the bag for the 2nd out. Stovall to face Brown. Batting .241. Stovall, 1 free ticket in 3 trips. Batter waits. Brown looking in. Brown into the wind. Stovall slaps it on the ground toward right. This one has eyes. Right between Mice and Miller for a base hit. Stovall couldn't have thrown it in a better spot. Perring walking up the bat. Perring has a hit and a walk in 3 trips. Brown looking in. Now the delivery. Batted slowly toward first. Miller fields it and feeds Brown, coming over for the putout. For the Packers, nothing across. They leave 1. That's 11 men left on base. In this game, we still have a scoreless tie as we go to the top of the 8th inning. The Terriers will send out the bottom of the lineup. Simon, Mice, and Brown. Simon to lead it off for the Terriers, and he hacks from the right. Mike 0 for 2. Mike does not get extra base hits. Packard shakes out his arms. Simon in the batter's box. Turns his shoulder in. Now ready. Packard sets up on the rubber again. Catcher Easterly sets his target. Terriers. Manager Shendo looking at his score sheet. He's going to his bench. Looks like Simon is coming out. Crandall will pinch hit for him. Bats right. He grabs a bat. Strides toward the box. Crandall up there. A very steady hitter. This is his 5th game. To date at bat, 0 for 4. He's walked once. Packard works the ball with his hand. Combs his hair with his hand. Crandall in the batter's box. Adjusts himself. Doc has a look of determination on his face. Now, ready. Packard, foot on the rubber. Mice waves a weighted bat on deck. Lefty against righty. Packard looking in, body rigid. The pitch is on the way. There's call 3rd strike right down the pike. That's 1. Mice now walks out to bat. Mice is hitless in 2 at-bats. Mice does not get on much. Packard toes the rubber. Lefty against righty. Packard gets set to work on him. Terrius, manager Schendel, looking at his score sheet. He's calling on his reserves. Schendel is yanking Mice. He's sending Mathis to the plate. Switch hitter. He shoulders a bat. Up here in the press box is Still as he makes the short trip to the batter's box. Mathis, bat in hand. A very steady hitter. This is his 2nd game. He's walked once. Batter in the box, leans in. Packard toes the rubber. He leans in for the sign from Easterly. Mack looking on. Packard over the offering. It's up to the right side. Stovall feels it on the big bounce. He will flip the Packard. And Mathis is retired. Brown now walks out to bat. The switchy goes to the 3rd base side of the plate. Easterly set. The delivery from Packard. Grounded hard wide of 3rd. Herring just reaches it. Over to 1st. In time for the out. For the 3rd out. No runs, no hits, no errors. Midway through the 8th. Still no score in the game. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Kruger, Gilmore, and Goodwin due up for Kansas City. The skipper has to do something with Crandall. He'll keep Doc in the game. Now playing 2nd base for the Terriers. The Schendel wheels are still turning. Hartley is now catching. Mathis is out. Here's Kruger to start it off. Hart, 1 for 3. Brown bends for the rosin bag. The batter stands in. Leans in. Brown toes the rubber. Now Brown ready. And now the pitch. Swung on, foul tip. Held by Hartley. Strikeout, 1 away. Okay, 1 away, none on. For Kansas City, we have Gilmore coming up to hit. He bats left. Grover is 1 for 3. Now batting 167. Brown toes the rubber. Right-hander Brown ready. The pitch. Gilmore lashes one to right toward the gap. Tobin races over it, but he won't get it. Gilmore is going for 2, and there will be a play at second. The tag, safe on a very close play. Double for Gilmore. And that puts the go-ahead run in scoring position. That's Gilmore's 2nd hit of the game. 1 on. Goodwin gets set to bat against Brown. Pep is not a slugger. Pep 0 for 3. Brown, foot on the rubber. Right-hander Brown, ready. Speedy Gilmore edging toward 3rd. Brown spins and fires to 2nd. It's right there. The tag, safe. Good move. He almost had him. Shortstop Bridwell moved in behind Gilmore, and he does not like the call. He's arguing with the ump. But he's cooling off. He had his say. Brown is back on the rubber. Brown cranks it up. Low. Ball. Gilmore breaks hard for third. Big jump. Hartney with a quick release. Ball and runner converge. Safe. High throw. He has third base stolen. That's his first steal of the season. The go-ahead run is now on third. Goodwin in the batter's box. Waits. Brown on the rubber. His motion stopped. Brown fires it in. Here comes Gilmore. Beautiful bunt toward third. Boucher feels it, looks to the plate, and takes the sure out at first. And the run scores. And the Packers break the tie and now lead 1-0. 8th inning. And Goodwin now has 5 runs batted in on the season. Pitcher Packard up. And the fans are giving him a big hand. On the season, he's 4 for 10, including 2 in this game. Now batting .400 and walked once. He stands in. Brown looking in at the target. He comes home. One hop at a second, over to first. 3 away. The line for the Packers. 1 run, 1 hit, no errors. 1 notch could be enough. The score is 1-0 as we go to the top of the 9th inning. We're at the head of the order for the Terriers. Packard will face Tobin, Drake, and Miller. Tobin will start it off here in the 9th. He bats left-handed. Tobin can get on for you. Tobin 1 for 3. He's stolen the base. Packard bends for the rosin bag. Tobin in the box. Waits for the pitch. Packard sets up on the rubber again. Drake now kneels in the on-deck circle. Studies Packard's delivery. Now the delivery. Grounded toward Goodwin. He bobbles it and hurries his throw. Stovall has to come off the bag to get it. Tobin reaches. So the Terriers have a runner on the error. Score that E6 on Goodwin. The tying run is on. Here we go. Now Drake to face Packard. For St. Louis. Tobin on at first. Nobody out. Down by 1. Drake has been up 3 times with 1 hit. He's not much of a risk to bunt. Drake pulls at his sleeve. Packard has asked for a new ball. He's rubbing it up. Drake in the batter's box. Waits. Packard foot on the rubber. Checks Tobin on first. They're holding Tobin. But he's well off the bag. Now he throws to first. And Tobin is back easily. Packard gets the ball back. Now he's set again. The pitch. Drake hacks at the ball out of the strike zone. He manages to tap it to a Kenworthy. Hit too slowly for the double play. The quick toss to Stovall. And he nails Drake by a step for the first out. Tobin goes to second. So for St. Louis. 1 out. Tobin on second. Miller is stepping up to hit against Packard. Time's running out for the Terriers. Miller has been up 3 times with 1 hit. Ford has driven home 2 runs for the season. Miller grips his right shoulder, taps the bat. Oh, he doesn't like that one. Goes to the lumber yard for a new bat. He's back. Packard inspects the ball. Batter in the box. Now ready. Packard on the rubber. Lefty against lefty. Now Packard ready. Tobin extending his lead. Packard kicks and delivers. Taken. Strike. Tobin is sprinting toward third. Big jump. Here's a peg from Easterly. The umpire signals safe. He has third base stolen. That's his second steal of the season, and that's the Terriers' second stolen base in this game. So here we go, sports fans. That puts the tying run at third. Miller takes his place in the box. Ford takes his time settling in the box. Glances down at the plate. Knocks the bat handle twice on the plate. Waits. Packard on the rubber. Left-handed Packard goes to the set position. Packard glances over his shoulder at third. Now the pitch taken. And Tobin is way off third. Easterly fires down to Perring. Perring's tag. He's back safely. Tobin grinning now. He knows that was a close one. Miller steps up to the plate. Leans in. Packard, foot on the rubber. Left-handed Packard goes to the set position. Miller smacks it toward the hole. Goodwin far to his right. Nice stop. But he bobbles it, and he doesn't have a play. Tobin comes in to score. Tie game. And they give Miller the single. So the single drives in one big run. Oh, those Terriers. They have tied this game. And this crowd has gone silent. And Miller now has 3 runs batted in on the season. 1 on. Here's Boucher to hit for the Terriers. On the day, Boucher is 1 for 2. And he gave himself up once. Miller can fly at first. Packard, foot on the rubber. Packard gets set to work on him. They're holding Miller. But he's well off the bag. Packard comes to the plate. Swung on. Strike. The steal is on. They'll have trouble catching him. Here's a peg from Easterly. The tag. They won't get Miller this time. That's his 3rd steal of the season for St. Louis. Their 3rd stolen base in this game. The go-ahead run is now at second base. So Boucher will get back in there. Packard sets up on the rubber again. Pitcher Packard eyeing Boucher. Now he's ready. Miller moves another step away from second. Here's the pitch. He squares. Bunted in the air. Easterly dives. Comes up with it. He gets up. Throws to second. Not in time. One on. The top of the 9th inning. Left-sided Bridwell will bat next for St. Louis. Al has been up 3 times with 1 hit. Bridwell can get on for you. Packard is on the slab. Checks Miller at second. Terriers. Skipper Chendel walking down the bench. He's calling on his reserves. They're replacing Bridwell. Comas is enlisted to hit for him. Matt's left. He grabs a bat. Heads out. Comas comes up the bat. Fred is a tough out. To date, batting 1 for 1. He's walked twice. Comas grips his right shoulder, hitches his pants. Packard stretches his arms above his head. Comas at the plate. Now, ready? Packard gets set to pitch. Man, they are putting Comas on. Intentional walk. Mack will let Packard take his chances with Miller. So, Miller at second. Comas at first. 2 away. Miller walks up. Miller walked once. He's 0 for 2. If the Terriers are going to score, then it will take a 2-out hit. Miller bends to straighten his socks. Packard inspects the ball, trying to find some magic. Miller in the batter's box. Waits for the pitch. Packard climbs a mound. Lefty against righty. Packard gets set to work on him. He brings it home. Swung on and missed. And Miller's off the bag. Easterly throws down. He dives back in. Out. Strong throw by Easterly. He's picked off. The half for the Terriers. 1, 1, and 1. They leave 1. They have tied this game. Score even at 1. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Kansas City now will send out the top of the order. Chadburn, Easterly, and Kenworthy. Crandall moves. He's now playing short. For the Terriers. Schendel now has Chapman playing second base. Comas is out of the game. Here's Chadburn to start it off. He bats left-handed. He's hitting .235. Chet 0 for 4. Chadburn has struck out twice. Chadburn can hustle. Brown bends for the Rosenbag. Batter in the box. Leans in. Brown sets up on the rubber again. Brown takes a sign from Hartley. Righty against lefty. Brown prepared to work. Brown now. Swung on. Hot smash to Chapman. Just out of reach. And Chadburn is aboard with a single. The game winner is now at first. Okay, next up, Easterly. The Packers have nobody out. Chadburn on first. Easterly has been up 4 times with 2 hits. Now batting .424. He's not much of a risk to bunt. Super speed down at first. Easterly still not in the box. Brown has asked for a new ball. He's rubbing it up. Easterly stands in. Waits. Brown on the rubber. Hartley sets up. Space on the right. Chadburn leading off. The pitch. Swung on. Strike. Chadburn breaks hard for second base. Hartley turns it around fast. Going to be close. Nails him, and that costs them a lead getter. 1 away. Easterly in the batter's box. Works his hands on the bat handle. Now ready. Brown toes the rubber. Kenworthy is trying to get loose in the on-deck circle. Brown now. Popped a mile high. Hartley throws off his mask. He's there, takes a step back, and brings it down. 2 away. None on, 2 gone. Now Kenworthy to face Brown. The switch hitter will go to the first base side of the box. Duke 0 for 4. Brown does not want to groove it to Kenworthy. The ump is dusting off the plate. Kenworthy takes his place in the box. Leans in. Brown is on the slab. Stovall to bat next. Hartley sets up. Mack looking on. The pitch. High pop fly. This one will bring rain. Boucher and Hartley converge near the line. Hartley is calling off Boucher, and he has it for the out in fair territory to retire the side. For the Packers, no runs on 1 hit. Another half inning gone. Scores even at 1 run each in the 9, and we're headed to extra innings. The Terriers will have Miller, Crandall, and Hartley here in the 10th. Here's Miller to lead it off. Huey, 1 free ticket in 3 trips. Huey does not get extra base hits. If Miller gets on, he has a good chance of scoring. Packard works the ball with his hand. Miller in the box. Straightens his shoulder. Taps the plate with his bat. Waits for the pitch. Packard prepared to work. Here's the delivery. Fly ball center field. Plenty of room. Chadburn is there and takes it in. 1 down. St. Louis now sends Crandall to bat from the right. 1 down. Doc can get on. Doc made an out in his first at bat. Packard, his job is to keep Crandall from reaching base. The ump wants to look at the ball. Now he returns it to Packard. So now, Crandall at the plate. Waits. Left-hander Packard ready. The pitch. High fly ball to left. Kruger is racing to the line into foul territory. He stumbles, but he keeps his feet, and he makes the catch. 2 away. Nice play. Hartley coming up. He gets his share of hits. This is his 4th game so far. 0 for 2. Hartley stands in. Now ready. Pitcher Packard eyeing Hartley. Now he's ready. The pitch comes in. Fastball, high drive. Kruger is going back. It's playable. He's under it. And he pulls it in. He made that look easy. Side retired. So the Terriers go quietly. Packers, Terriers, tied at 1. For Kansas City, it'll be Stovall, Herring, and Kruger. Stovall to lead it off for the Packers. George, 1 hit, 1 walk, and 4 trips. His average now at .267. Stovall can get down the line. Brown inspects the ball, trying to find some magic. The ump using his broom to clean off the plate. Stovall steps up to the plate. Quick look at the ump. Again focused on Brown. Waits. Hartley set. Here he comes. Wrapped back to the mound, and he spears it. Over to first, and Stovall is retired. Here's Herring to take his swings. He's hitting .286. Herring is 1 for 3 with a walk. Herring at bat. His speed can force errors. Herring at the plate, taps the plate. Now ready. Hartley set. Brown deals. Bounced up the middle. Chapman's racing over. He's got it. Spins, fires to first. Not in time. And they're giving him the base hit. The game winner is now at first. Second hit for Herring in the game. Well, here we go. We have right-handed Kruger to bat for the Packers. The Packers have 1 gone. Herring down at first. Kruger has a hit and 4 trips. Swift-footed Herring at first. Kruger brushes his shirt. Brown works the ball with his hand. Kruger takes his place in the box. Lowers the brim of his cap. Glances down at the plate. Waits. Brown is on the slab. His motion stopped. Brown comes set. Big hold on the right side. Herring takes a good lead. Herring is off and running. And Kruger lifts a little pop-up on the infield. Crandall camps under it. Herring was halfway to second. He'll have to hurry back. The quick throw over. And Herring just beats the ball back to first. 2 away. Two down, 10th inning, 1 on. Gilmore is stepping up to hit against Brown. Gilmore is 2 for 4. He's stolen the base, and he scored a run. So what do you do now, sports fans, if you're Chendel from St. Louis? Gilmore wipes his left sleeve across his forehead. Brown inspects the ball. The batter stands in. Glances down at the plate. Taps the plate. Waits. Brown climbs the mound. Righty against lefty. Right-hander Brown. Ready. Herring bluffs going. The pitch is on the way. Breaking ball. Called strike 3. That's the 3rd out. That'll do it for Kansas City. Nothing across. 1 left. That's 12. And left on base. In this game, another half inning gone. This game is even at 1 run each after 10. For St. Louis, here in the 11th, Brown, Tobin, and Drake. Brown is scheduled to hit. We'll have to see if he stays in the game. Packard prepares to come home. The delivery from Packard. Breaking ball, called strike 3. 1 down. All right, we have Tobin coming up to hit. 1 away. He'll wait for his pitch. Tobin has a hit and 4 trips. He has stolen 2 bases, and he scored once. Speed merchant Tobin could turn this game around fast. Tobin takes his place in the box. Glances down at the plate. Waits for the pitch. Easterly ready to receive. The pitch to Tobin. That's batted to the right side. Stovall feels it. And he runs to first ahead of Tobin. 2 down. Well, here's Drake. 2 gone. Delos is 1 for 4. Not a home run threat. Batter in the box. Waits for the pitch. Pitcher Packard eyeing Drake. Now he's ready. Packard into his motion. Delivers. Slapped into the hole. Stovall is over. He cuts it off. Turns and flips to first. Bad throw. Packard is chasing it down. Drake is trying for 2. He's in safely. That's a 2-base error. E3. The Packers have now committed 2 errors, and that puts the go-ahead run in scoring position. 2 outs, 11th inning, 1 on. Here's left-handed Miller to take his swings. Miller is 2 for 4, driven in 1. Stole a base. Ford can get on. Ford has 3 RBIs this season. Miller readying himself. Taps the bat. Oh, he doesn't like that one. He'll get a new one. He's back. Packard flaps his left arm. Combs his hair with his hand. Miller steps up to the plate. Ford takes his time settling in the box. Adjusts his shoulders. Loosens his grip slightly. Now ready. Packard, foot on the rubber. Boucher is in his batting stance on deck. Checks Drake at second. Packard working on Drake to hold him close. The pitch comes in. Swung on. Base hit down the line to right. Gilmore gallops for it. He has it. Drake is around third. They're waving Drake in. Here comes a throw home. Miller is going for second. Here's a play at the plate. And he's in standing. Terriers have the lead. And there's a play at second, a throw. And Miller is safe ahead of the throw. And Miller's speed gets him in there. So the single drives in 1 big run, and the Terriers break the tie and now lead 2-1. 11th inning. And Miller now has 4 runs batted in on the season. It's now Boucher to bat. He swings from the right side. Runner on second, 2 down. In this game, Boucher is 1 for 3. And he sacrificed once. He stands in. Easterly ready to receive. Miller stretching his lead. Packard kicks and deals. Taken. Ball. Boucher walks. Here's a guy struggling, and you walk him? Not what manager Mack wants to see. Terriers hitter Chapman unreliable at the plate. This is his second game so far. 0 for 1. Harry ready. Left-handed Packard goes to the set position. He brings it in. Grounded hard to short. Goodwin fields it. Flips to Kenworthy at second. And they get him to retire the side. For the Terriers, a run on 1 hit. 1 miscue for the Packers. They leave 2. 1 notch could be enough, so the Terriers have the lead and 3 outs to get. The Packers will have Goodwin, Packard, and Chadburn here in the 11th. Goodwin will get it started for the Packers. He's a lefty. They need to get him on. Pep is not a slugger. Brown works the ball with his hand. The batter stands in. Taps the plate. Now ready. Brown is on the slab. Brown takes a sign from Hartley. Fingers the ball behind his back. Now Brown ready. The delivery. Swung on, popped up. Hartley scrambles near the stands. It goes into the crowd. Strike 1. Batter in the box, leans in. Brown sets up on the rubber again. Righty against lefty. Right-hander Brown. Ready. Here comes the pitch. This one is hit. It may carry, but doesn't. And Drake shags this one down. One away. Packard is scheduled to hit. We'll have to wait to see if he bats for himself. He's already delivered 2 hits in the game. Packard in the batter's box. He has added 2 hits, 1 walk in his 4 tries here. And here comes Terrius, manager Schendel. He's asking Brown for the ball. Welch will take the mound for St. Louis. So Brown gets his innings. He pitched 10 1/3 innings. The game for Brown, 1 earned run on 11 hits, 3 walks. He struck out 5. He'll win it if they hold the 1-run lead. The right-hander, Welch, enters this game with a 4.15 ERA. This is his 3rd appearance. He's worked 4 1/3. No record yet. It's his game to save. The batter stands in. He is 2 for 3 with a walk here. Welch, foot on the rubber. Chadburn is loose and ready to follow Packard. Hartley ready to receive. He brings it home. Packard cues it on the ground to short. Crandall is there. The throw over. And in time, 2 down. Well, Kansas City now sends Chadburn to bat for the Packers. Only 1 out left. Not a home run threat. Chadburn has 1 hit in his 5 times up. Chadburn has struck out twice. Chadburn in the box. Works his hands on the bat handle. Waits. Welch climbs the mound. Righty against lefty. The pitch. Breaking ball grounded hard at Boucher. It's off his glove, but he recovers. Throws quickly to first, and he's safe. Miller doesn't like that call, and the ump is taking some heat. Boucher picks up an error, and that's his 2nd error in the game. And that's the 2nd error for the Terriers. The tying run is on. Easterly walks up. All the endorsements don't buy him much here. For Kansas City, 2 away, 1 on. Easterly is 2 for 5. Ted can do some damage. You don't need Einstein to solve this puzzle. Easterly needs to get a hit. Easterly preparing to bat. Welch shakes out his arms. Welch bends for the rosin bag. The ump using his broom to clean off the plate. So now, Easterly in the batter's box. Waits for the pitch. Welch put on the rubber. We can feel the crowd up here spurring on. Easterly checks the runner. Mack looking down, shuffling his right foot. Space on the right. Chadburn leading off. The pitch. Chopper back to the mound. Welch gloves it. He flips the Miller at first. For the out. The Packers fall. They have lost this game. The Terriers had a 1-run victory to their record. The Packers leave the tying run on. The uncertainty is ended. It went to the 11th inning. The Terriers won a squeaker 2-1. Here's the line for the Terriers. 2 runs on 7 hits, 2 errors. They leave 6. For the Packers, a run on 11 hits, 2 errors. And they leave 13. Brown gets the win, his first. His record now 1-0. Packard takes the loss, his 2nd. His record now 1-2. The save goes to Welch, his first. So the Terriers gain a step in this 3-game series. They now stand at 1-1 for the Terriers after dropping 5 in a row. They win 1 for the Terriers. Overall, they now stand at 2 wins and 6 losses for the Packers. Overall, 2 wins, 6 losses. In the next game, they'll go after the Packers again. And this game is in the books. Ernie Harwell and WAPBA leaving you from Kansas City. Terriers take this one from the Packers, 2-1.